What's going on, sports card hobby family? Another day, another sports card video. Guys, I have to go get a crown replaced at the dentist, so not going to be an amazing Friday, but hey, we have made it to the end of the week. We've got football Sunday, we got basketball that's starting to heat up. It's the good time, starting to cool off a little bit, hot tub weather, fall/winter upon us, holidays. It's a great time of the year.
So every time I have a mail day, in order to tell if the slab is real, I lick the slab.
Today I'm going to go through 10 cards in my collection, some of my favorites. It's tough to pick these, but I think that it's fun to do these videos here and there just to kind of take a look at some cards. Before we get started, a big thank you to viewer Gary, who sent this custom sports card that he made. Awesome, awesome. It's a one of one here on the back. And just really, really cool. I've got a few of these custom cards and always enjoy it. So thank you for the gift, Gary. Very much appreciate you. Also, huge thanks to today's video sponsor, Whatnot. I know what you're thinking, man. I am going to get out to the card show. I'm going to bust it out. I'm going to be there all weekend. It's going to be great. And then Friday rolls around and you're like, man, I am exhausted from the week and I don't feel like going to the show. Well, all you have to do to buy singles, card show level singles that you might otherwise find at the show, is log into the Whatnot machine and check out all of their daily live streaming auctions, different things that they have going on there at Whatnot. So make sure to check them out. I will have links in the video description down below. Also, I did have a conversation with Alex Winter, president of Hakes Auctions. They've got their big November auction going on. Check out that video. It's about 30 minutes, so a little bit longer than the usual, but I'll put a link down below as well for that. But great conversation. The guy's a wealth of knowledge, all types of different collectibles. It was just a fun talk overall. All right, let's look at some cards, shall we? So the first card I've had here now for a couple of years, I've showed it on the channel. It is a 2005 exquisite Barry Sanders autograph. It is the Exquisite Signature Series. It's number 35 out of 35. And like I said, I got this one a couple of years ago. I'm a big Barry Sanders fan, just in general. I think growing up at 80s, 90s, he was kind of that unheralded guy. He played on a team that didn't really win. Emmitt Smith got a lot of attention because he played for the Super Bowl winning Cowboys with their beast of an offensive line. It felt like Emmitt Smith ran 5 yards before anyone ever even touched him. Barry Sanders, not that he had a terrible offensive line, but he had to really get creative and maneuver. He was just so fun to watch. So that's one of my favorite Barry Sanders cards. I collect a lot of Tom Brady. So it's hard to pick two between, I've got a lot of different refractors, different things. This is my favorite insert, is the Prism stained glass. This is 2018, or is it the 17? The 17. I've been looking at an 18, so I got a little confused. But the 2017, I like it because it's Patrick Mahomes' rookie year. This is a PSA 8. I would like to get into a PSA 9. As prices start to kind of subside on some of this stuff, I would love to have a 9 of both the 17 version and as well as 2018 stained glass. All right, a couple years ago at the National, I picked up this card. I was really excited to get it because this goes back to childhood. It's the Jordan sticker rookie card, and it's at an 8.5. And I was like, well, it doesn't really have subgrades, so maybe I can get a little bit of a discount. One of the older labels that has the subgrades on the back. And I love the subgrades because you have an 8 on the edges, which edges to me are really kind of out of the 4 things that they're looking at, I could care less about edges compared to corners and centering and all the other stuff. And if you look at this card up close, it's just an amazing looking card. Shout out to the SlabMags. Also, coupon code below in the video description and in the pinned comments, 10% off SlabMags if you want a little extra protection and UV protection so these suckers don't fade. All right, next up, we're going to go back to Tom Brady. This card is not, as far as value go, not some sort of wild, tremendously expensive card, but it's in the SGC 10, and it is a 2014 Silver Prism Tom Brady. And this is kind of before they were really cranking out a lot of Silver Prism parallels. So nowadays, Silver Prism is kind of like a dime a dozen. In 2014, this was not a hot market in sports cards. 2014 Prism sat on shelves. That stuff was not flying off the shelf. You'd be surprised. I think people that collect now just think, oh, Prism was always popular. And that's just not the case. It wasn't. All right, one of my favorite sets of all time is the 2017 Prism. I've got a couple of these. This is the Purple Power. Is it Purple Power? Purple Crystals. I get these mixed up. And I know a lot of the vintage collectors like Purple Crystals. Like, what the hell? This is numbered out of 75. I just really enjoy the parallels for 2017. And this one has some nice shine to it. For Tom Brady, they've come down quite a bit in price. They're not giving these things away, but these were, up over $1,000 kind of during the height, $1,200. I picked up 2 of these at $350 each here over the last few months. And those are the sorts of cards and rookie cards I'm looking at for him that I'm really looking to stack for the long term. Hey, let's look at a quarterback that was before Tom Brady, one of the all-time greats, Johnny Unitas. This is the famous 1957 top set. This is a 6. I also have this card in a 4. And really, I was looking to upgrade the 4, found the 6, and then I just, I've been like, okay, I need to sell the 4 now, and just haven't gotten around to it. Like, I just don't know if I really want to. I think I might just hold on to both cards, but I just love the Bart Star. I also have, I'm not going to have it in this video. I've shown it here before, but I've got both the Star and the United. The Star is in an SGC4. But those are just, I love that 57 top set because if you can get those cards with good registration and a good surface where the colors pop, man, it's just a really nice looking card. This is an interesting one. My only Willie Mays autograph. It's 2001 Sweet Sigs Leather Fleer Showcase. And this was a redemption card. I did some research on this card before I bought it. And it's not a numbered card, but there's believed to be 60 of these, roughly 55 to 60, but they were redemptions. Not all of them were redeemed. And at the time when I bought it, I haven't checked it in a while, but the PSA 7 was the only one graded, and it was the highest grade of the copies. I really like in all sports, if you go to the early Fleer stuff, for baseball, a lot of those autographs, I really enjoy these cards. I know some people look at Fleer as kind of like a lesser brand than the Upper Deck and that sort of stuff, but man, go back and check at some of the stuff that Fleer put out going back to the early 2000s, and there's some really nice cards. Some of them are pricey, but some of them, in comparison to the other brands, are not too bad at all. All right, we'll stay on the train, the vintage football train. We'll go back to it. This is an Otto Graham rookie going back 1950 Bowman. And I just like the history of the card. I got this one going back a couple years at a good price. It's in a 6. These are the types of cards that, you look at. I know for vintage baseball collectors, it's similar when they're looking at 50s Mantles or 50s Mays. For me, when I look at Otto Graham 50s football, it gives me kind of that same feeling. And it's typically at a fraction of the price of what vintage baseball is, so really enjoy those. All right, a guy that I've talked about that I want to collect more of, as we'll see if prices subside. His stuff is not inexpensive, especially his autos and some of the more rare Barry Bonds stuff, but this was a card as a kid that always kind of eluded me. This was an expensive card in the card shop in 1988, 1989. When Barry Bonds was kind of emerging as a player that looked to be really good. Obviously, it's pre-PEDs, Barry Bonds, and he was already good. Bobby Bonilla and Barry Bonds, the Killer Bees for the Pirates. And of course, you have to love the design of the card where you got the black border, the yellow Pirates. It's just a classic card, and I always wanted to get it in a 10 grade and did pick it up. And did pick it up this year. All right, one of my all-time favorite cards. This is a card that I've talked about a lot on the channel, and I look at this card a few times a day, and it is the Drew Brees Black Refractor rookie card. It's got the in-person autograph, and it's inscribed Cool Breeze. And this was a card that I wanted to get the Black Refractor on its own, and then when I saw this, I was like, man, this has got to be one of the most unique Breeze card collectibles that exists. It's numbered out of 100. To me, I like this card over the Contenders Auto. I know Jeff Wilson bought a Contenders Auto Breeze as his best card, but it's got a sticker auto on it. And to me, just visually, the Black Refractor, the Topps Chrome the Topps Chrome Black Refractor is just a better looking card overall. It's great. And then when you add on kind of that the auto with the inscription, to me, that's just an unbelievable card. Very unique. A collectible for Breeze, my all-time PC guy, being a huge New Orleans Saints fan. Had this one for a few years now, the 58 Topps Jimmy Brown rookie card in a 3, and still love it. I think that I'll just hold on to this because, again, this goes back to pre-pandemic. 2018, late 18, I bought this card. Just got a really good price on it. I know it's not a rare card. I've heard people talk. Dakota Sports Card Anonymous had this. I think he ended up selling his. And he's right, because when you go to a show like the National, you go to big shows, there's a ton of Jimmy Brown rookie cards there, even though that's a 58 tops, vintage, kind of all-time vintage card, man, they're available. Vintage dealers have plenty of those. Another card very available, but one that I just really enjoy, is the 76 tops Walter Payton rookie card in a PSA 6. And again, you just kind of look at the card overall when I think you're making decisions on buying these vintage cards. And I really love the look of this particular 6. Walter Payton sweetness, one of the all-time greatest backs. And then speaking of guys we thought we were going to be all-time backs, Bo Jackson, as far as popularity, was that guy. He was the next guy. Unfortunately, he had a freak hip accident. Thanks, Cincinnati Bengals. Tackling him weird. No, I'm just kidding. This guy was just unbelievable as a freak accident injury, and that shortened Bo Jackson's career. But Bo was going to be that next guy. I mean, the guy ran like an absolute freight train, and he was so skilled at both baseball and football. And so this is an exquisite endorsements on card Bo Jackson auto. I wanted to just get kind of one nice Bo Jackson card autographed, and there you go. That's it. I will end it with a non-sports card. For you that watch the channel, you know that I also collect Stranger Things cards. So my best Stranger Things card that I've got is the 2018 Millie Bobby Brown. This is 11 in the show, and it's the blue parallel. It's numbered out of 10. Unfortunately, not numbered out of 11. It's numbered out of 10. I know of 2 other copies. There's one guy that's offered it to me. I'm contemplating buying a second one. This is really the best Stranger Things card outside of the 1 of 1 of this card. So there's a gold 1 of 1 that has never surfaced that I've ever seen. I've been scouring the internet for it. If you see it, please let me know. It's this exact card. It's just got a gold border, goldish, kind of yellowish border with a 1, and it's a 1 of 1. So I am looking for that card. I know where 2 other copies of this card are out of the 10, and that's about it. So I just think that that's a fun collectible, because when you think about parallels, oh, that's numbered out of 10. Well, for that set, it's the same card, numbered out of 50 green, numbered out of 25 purple, which I have a copy out the purple out of 25, the blue out of 10, and the 1 of 1. So there's no, zebra parallel. There's not 500 different colors of the rainbow in that parallel. It's literally a few different ones to get, and so that's why it's a fun chase. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. 10 of my favorite cards from my collection. It's always difficult picking the cards because I love all the stuff. But here we are. I hope that you have an amazing weekend ahead. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.